only about 10 seconds away from the start of the 1989 Tooheys 1000. They're racing, and Johnson lights up the tyres. Brock goes with him, and Longhust a brilliant start. Down on the inside, and Brock will win the start. Allan Moffat's car, Klaus Needsvits, will probably drop into third as they go to the first corner and work up Mountain Straight for the first time, but a brilliant start by Peter Brock. Shows the way up towards the mountain as the rest of the field goes through. We haven't had an incident in the first corner. Now they're heading up to the right-hander.
Somebody was out in the dirt halfway up Mountain Straight. There was plenty of rock and roll happening there.
It's Brock in front. Johnson drops into second. Klaus Needsvits is third as they go through the right-hander and work their way up Motorcraft Hill.
Brad Jones right on their tail. Andrew Meidecke, Jim Richards.
Meidecke pulled to the right then. I think he may have a problem.
Slowing.
Over the top of the mountain, and you'll find it's Peter Brock, still leading from Dick Johnson. Here they come, down towards Skyline.
Some cheers up here for Brock.
Brocky the leader, Johnson second, Needsvits is third. Brad Jones back to fourth place. They are very, very close as they hit the dipper.
Top three cars have pulled away substantially already. There was a bit of a bottleneck in the second group of cars as they went to the right-hander at the end of Mountain Straight.
Down to Toledo Tools' turn. As they exit there, we'll see whether Johnson's going to pull out of the draft and go for it.
Looked like there was some fuel bleeding out of the back of the Johnson car as Dick now pulls to the left-hand side of the road, makes a run down the outside of Peter Brock. Has he got more straight line speed?
They're side by side down Conrod Straight, heading beneath our overhead camera. Johnson puts his nose in front. Brock back to second. Needsvits sits on their tail in third. Once again, Brock closes it up as they hit Caltech's chase. These guys are very smooth and very fast. Beneath the Bridgestone Bridge, coming down to complete the first lap. Crowd already starting to come alive at the bottom of the straight as they see Dick Johnson to lead the first lap.
So it's Johnson, car number 17, Shell Ford Sierra. Peter Brock in second place, being assaulted now by Klaus Needsvits, who has a look on the inside. Fourth, Brad Jones. Fifth, Jimmy Richards. Then we've got Jones, Seton, the second of the Shell cars, Larry Perkins, Gianfranco Brancatelli and Win Percy.
Cheers continue. Dick Johnson this time leading across the top of the mountain.
Let's take a look at the Prima Holidays replay of the start from the cockpit of the GTSR Nissan Skyline of Jim Richards. And look at Meidecke's car smoking off the line. Covers his ground to the left-hander. It was all pretty sedate, really. Not too much jostling in the first 3 or 4 cars.
Only problem, I think, was for Meidecke. I think those revs might have done some damage.
And you notice that Longhust really spluttered his way up the early part of Mountain Straight. Something strange has occurred a little bit further up here to Andrew Meidecke as they go up to the right-hander at the end of Mountain Straight. He certainly had a lot of wheel spin off the line.
He's about to pull over to the right.
Right there. Something's failed.
Tony Longhurst continues the chase after Gianfranco Brancatelli, who's run into problems here. There's smoke coming off Brancatelli.
Oh,
Looks
he's
like
had a shunt.
He's hit something or other.
Now, he sprayed oil all down through the Oh, he's lost a wheel. But there was, you could see sheets of oil coming out of the back of that car. I wouldn't like to arrive over there at 1,000,000 miles an hour now. There's the wheel trailing down behind. Okay, who's this?
Well, it looks like one of the Peter Jackson's here has had a shunt.
Now, I'm only guessing, but I wouldn't mind betting that the oil that's been dropped at the top of the hill sent a few blokes scurrying. Remember that Seton would have been behind Brancatelli.
And apparently, I understand, Neil, that there's a part of a tyre barrier has been knocked loose across the top of the circuit. So maybe that's how that's all happened. Oh, this is Seton.
Yeah, that's right. The oil that's done that.
Oh, there's the tyre barrier that we heard was out across the road. Seton has slammed it. The oil was left there by Brancatelli.
No, it's you can see why people really get addicted to it, and I guess that's what it is. It's almost an addiction, I think.
Here is the number 9 car in the pits. This is the Gregg Hansford, Pierre Dieudonné car. That's the first of problems now for the Allan Moffat ANZ SO team. Was in 5th position, so this Sierra overheating, and looks like one of the Benson and Hedges Sierras, Tony Longhurst, about to head into the pit area. Looks like they may be pushing the car just forward. This couple of other guys to do pit stops, or is it going behind the pit wall? And it looks like that is exactly where it's headed. So Tony Longhust, the defending race champion of the Tooheys 1000, the 88 winner. Overheating problems for a couple of the Sierras. Not for this one, though. Tricky Dicky of Queensland, who continues to lead the Tooheys 1000. Over the top of the mountain now. On his way down to Skyline. Sweeps it out wide.
As they zip across the top. Skyline, appropriately named. Down through the Dipper and the S's. Running 6th and 7th, these two cars on the track at the present time, with 43 laps gone in the great race.
Sensational pictures. Put a lap on the Mitsubishi, coming down to Forest Elbow.
Kevin Bartlett at the wheel there of the Mitsubishi.
There's a bit of a speed difference there between the number 2 and the number 3 car as they work Conrod straight.
The number 18 Shell car with Rob Gravitt at the wheel is in the pits for a fairly lengthy pit stop here. Dick Johnson, the race leader, has been in and out very quickly and retains the lead. In fact, not quite sure what the stop was about. It was a quick tyre change. They looked under the bonnet. I don't think they did anything. John Bowe, of course, in that car, the number 17 car. But Gravitt here anxiously waiting and going nowhere for the moment.
He's right now.
He's right now. He's away. Rob Gravitt rejoins, but a very expensive pit stop in terms of time for him.
So number 20 was up to 3rd, now rejoins at position 7, and problems now for the car that was running as high as 5th. That's Allan Grice.
Gearbox problem, and we understand one of the pit crew, Grice's pit crew, has burned himself pretty badly trying to work under the car. Oh, there it is in a bag of ice.
John Bowe, car number 17. He's been out there for a spell now. Still 56 seconds clear of the ANZ Sierra with Frankie Bieler at the wheel. And Andy Rouse and Peter Brock's number 5 car. George Fury, Anders Olofsson up to 4th. And the Nissan right behind them. Jim Richards, Mark Skaife. Skaife at the wheel at the moment. And the first of the Commodores in 6th place, that's Larry Perkins. In 7th spot, it's Neil Crompton. 8th spot was Glenn Seton coming into the pit stop. 9th spot, Tony Longhust, and rounding out the 10, Andrew Bagnall.
Motorcraft pit report shows us Klaus Niedzwitz relieving Frank Bieler.
Rudy Eckenberger with his crew there. Good stop. This is sensational stuff through here. Full tilt, across Skyline, down into the S's. This is what really takes your breath away, even if you just drive around the circuit in your car.
Car number 50. This is the BMW M3 being shared by Brett Riley and Ludwig Finnar. They are the leaders of the 1600 up to 2500 cc class. They're in 17th position on the racetrack, 4 laps down on the race leader at the present time, praying for rain, but leading the class and doing a good job.
The remaining number 20 B&H Sierra.
Still in 7th place, you know, despite all their troubles.
Yeah. Tony's had a run in the car. Alan Jones started off running this car until they had a head gasket problem with Tony's 25 mount. So they're in 7th. And of course, 17, John Bowe continues to lead. That gap open now to 71 seconds. The number 10 car runs in 2nd spot with Klaus Niedzwitz back at the wheel. Georgie Fury sharing the Nissan Skyline with Swede Anders Olofsson runs 3rd.
Yeah, drama for Peter Brock here. The back right-hand wheel nut is locked on. Those huge pneumatic spanners trying to get it off, and they've had now 3 of them onto it, just taking them off in succession. And it's locked on good and tight at the moment.
It's major drama there for Peter Brock. The car was up to 3rd.
Won't be much thread left when they do get it off.
No, there won't be. There's no second car to fall back in for this one either, but the 105 car. So Peter Brock just sits there. This was to be number 10. They're still working away, Peter. Must be a terrible feeling to have worked it up into third and just be sitting here in the pits and watching them go by.
Yeah, it's not what I'm paid to do, but not much we can do about it at the moment. I just have to sort of keep it cool and get out there and sort of do the job. The guys have finished the pit stop. They were changing these wheels the other day at about 9 seconds. It seems that it's about 9 minutes at the moment.
Time now for a Prima Holidays replay. Let's have a look at this. The feeling this is the Kevin Waldock car. Yes, spinning it, coming over the top of Skyline. And how close was that for the 20 car? Ooh, parked it right out in front. It's the Tony Longhurst number 20 car. And also the Nissan now going around the outside. Kevin Waldock, Brian Thompson car. That is not the place to park. They got the wheel off now. They've got plenty of metal and shavings around it as well. Do a filing job on that, the groove, to try and get the centre lock to catch. But that is just going to cost several laps. It will be almost impossible to come back from there. It's in fact dropping down now. The 5 car is back to 10th, leaving the Bowe Johnson Sierra at the front of the field. The Klaus Needsvitz Moffat car in second, George Fury in third.
Oh, goodness me.
We've got one on fire.
M3, 56.
Drivers out.
Oh,
that is really a mess.
The New Zealand entry, that's Sachs and Lorimer.
The driver is out, as Neil had mentioned there, running back down the hill.
hell.
Was second in the class and 18th outright. Problems here for Elaine Furte in car number 35, the Peter Jackson Sierra.
It's a tricky manoeuvre. Gary Wilmington gets through.
That's a really dangerous spot.
Oh, the marshal shouldn't be. Well, he's not going to push him out of the way there.
No, if I would, I'd get out of the way in a big hurry, because when you come over there, there's just no way you can stop the car drifting. I'm sure there'd be double yellow flags out there, but
35 was running 8th with Alain Furte at the wheel.
Anxious
no.
pit crew members. Oh, this is
mean,
awful. Bagnall goes through.
I guess there's two evils there. Leaving a car there is also extremely dangerous, but gee whiz.
Glenn Seton, look at the look on his face.
Says it all. It's off the racing line through there, but the way they got it off the racing line. And again, they had the yellow flags out. That's really relying on drivers' concentration. That's the John Cotter, Peter Dillman BMW BM3, second in class and 16th outright. That's quite a good effort.
Peter Dillman, I think we mentioned before, local Bathurst boy, now in Sydney, in engineering down there. John Cotter, a solicitor from Parramatta, enthusiastic, the pair of them, rookies at Mount Panorama. This is their first outing here.
Tell you what, they've done well. It doesn't look like they've had tremendous trade support.
Largely unsponsored.
Yep.
Peter Dillman from a family of 10.
That's one BMW that's looking pretty hot. Here's one that, according to our Prima Holidays replay, had a little less. 57.
That's the car that was running third in the class at the time.
He's had a straight ahead there, but he's missed the concrete and the start of the wall out of there.
Well, that's the second Sachs team entry from New Zealand, so one of them's caught fire, and this one's in the wall. Coming down to Caltech's chase. Gaining on Dick Johnson at the rate of about a second and a half a lap.
The Dick Johnson, John Bowe, Shell Sierra leading the pack. Klaus Needsvitz second, and Frank Bieler. And the ANZ Sierra. Behind them, Jim Richards and George Fury and the two Nissans. How much does this mean to you personally, John?
I suppose it's every motor racing person's dream to win Bathurst. I suppose having come second in the last 2 years, you sort of get a bit sick of coming second. I came second in the Gold Star behind Alfie Costanzo a few times, and I got a bit sick of that.
I just want to get your reaction when you see this one lap to go board.
Gee, that sun's bad, you can't see.
There was a lovely little sign there that said last lap, John.
Yeah, I know, wouldn't it be?
Dick, it is going to happen. You are going to win this one with JB. Here comes the crowd reaction to John Bowe driving the Dick Johnson Shell Sierra across the top of the mountain for the final time. Down to Skyline. And John's actually got the hand out the window acknowledging the cheers. That's quite a feeling, John, isn't it?
It's incredible, isn't it? The guys that were barracking for Brocky this morning and were booing us, they were even clapping. Fantastic.
All you got to do is keep breathing.
We started our telecast at 10 this morning with the great race. John Bowe leads us into the last corner. JB, how does it feel? You're the Tooheys champion for 89.
Unbelievable. Fancy doing that.
You've done it.
That's incredible, incredible feeling.
Congratulations to you from all the viewers around Australia today. And Dick Johnson has actually broken into a big smile. About to take the checkered flag now is Klaus Needsvet, second place in the Tooheys 1000. And of course, third will go to Jim Richards and Mark Skaife for Nissan. Fourth place to George Fury and Anders Olofsson, also in a Nissan. The form finish for third and fourth.